This is Spiritual Soul Sliding Sideways, Chapter 6, Sustaining Darkness. Greatest emotional gain, something to ease my pain. I ascend into darkness. Dark needs are insane. The howling of my soul. Despair has consumed my mind. I am a prisoner in this mind. I don't know what to do. I am lost. I am tortured by voices. The struggle of 1,000 voices, the many decisions I must make, the many things I must do, the many choices in my soul. The feeling of despair is at its highest. I am a prisoner of thought and emotions. Feeling everything can cause an imbalance of emotions. Everyone feels everything. We feel the many frequencies that everything and everyone has. No matter how closed off we are, there are still pinholes in our defense mechanisms. We cannot hide from the vibrations that surround us. We cannot hide from our own thoughts. We always process frequencies. They pass through us without our awareness. We cannot hide from the world and all that is in it. Everything puts off a frequency on some level. We can feel what the whole world is going through sometimes. What are internal demons? Internal demons are conflicting internal frequencies. The spiritual realm is many unseen frequencies. We are part of a system that we may believe we are separate from. We are always connected to the world around us. We can apply our own filters and walls to better adjust to our existence. We are all a part of the whole. All our existence influences us. We are not affected by what we feel and think. Invisible changes to our emotions and thoughts affect us. We may like to believe we are in control of our thoughts and feelings. We may feel unstable and have unwanted thoughts. We are at the mercy of uncontrollable, endless frequencies. Frequencies we keep out get inside us. There are spiritual beings that exist as sentient spiritual energy. We can experience internal invasion even when we are not aware of it. Even when we believe we are not, we are affected. We may be aware of what surrounds us. When we allow ourselves to be open, we feel everything that can affect us. We live in a world where we are born trying to stay safe. True openness may not feel safe. When we do not feel safe, we stay closed off. Even when we close ourselves off, many things still reach us. I have tried to need nothing. Being closed off only made me want something more. When I chose not to feel and control my thoughts, I created a dam. My dam filled with water until I wanted to burst with feelings and thoughts. We often want control over our lives. We want to feel that what we think and do is our own. When you look at the bigger picture, there is nothing original. Spiritual things can feel new. On the spiritual side, everything we think of has already been conceived. We are uncovering the spiritual possibilities that remain hidden on earth. We may not be original, but we are uniquely created at our core. Existence can bombard us. We can feel the true spiritual weight of existence. We can choose to block out what we can. We also block out the truth of our existence. You can put on earmuffs. The earmuffs can block out 100 radios playing. The radios will still be playing and making sound. The earmuffs are the illusion that there is no sound. We are blocking out the sound, but not the vibrations of the music. The vibrations of the music are still affecting us. We are dependent on our senses. There is an invisible world beyond our senses. Something that is invisible to our senses can affect us on a micro level. When the wind blows, we feel the effect of the wind. We do not see the micro elements within the wind. We must learn to see what we cannot see. We must understand what goes into existence. Whether we like it or not, we feel the effects of reality. We can deny how existence affects us. We are always affected by reality. Our core is aware of everything on a spiritual level all the time. Most of the time we fail to acknowledge our spiritual awareness. Can we be aware of everything? The only way to be aware of everything is to acknowledge all reality. The way we can acknowledge all reality is to reach our core. When we reach our core, we understand things that seem invisible to us. We can understand the invisible effects of frequencies on us. What is it that affects us? All energies affect us, and frequency is energy. What are the things that can create disharmony within us? The things that create disharmony are our conflicting energies. Demonic forces are energy. Demonic forces have the same goals as we do. They want to win at existing. Demonic are human. We all want to be important and connected. Demonic forces can see life and death to their advantage. Demonic forces do not have the same distractions we have. We are the distraction of demonic forces. Demons interact with us in different ways. Demons want similar things. Demons want energy like we want energy. Demons were not created as demons. Demons used to be angels. Demons still aim to be fulfilled and happy. Demons fulfill themselves in a selfish way. What demons used to do as angels to be happy changed when they suffered the lack of light, God. When we feel like we lose light, we look for something or someone with light to feed on. Attraction is the basis for gaining light. People and things that represent the light we seek attract us. Humans seek light from people and things. Demons seek light from us. We appear as human batteries to demonic forces. Demons see with spiritual eyes. We see through our earthly eyes. We think we know what we see. Demons know what they see. Demons attack the greatest light. Jesus at one time was the greatest light in this world. Selfish gain crucified the light. Our inner demons have a fleshy craving for light. Demons have a spiritual craving for our spiritual light. Our inner demons are full of need. Every frequency in life needs something for survival, and it can give something back. We need air, and we will return carbon dioxide. Plants feed off carbon dioxide and return oxygen to us. Life feeds off life. The hierarchy of existence goes below us, above us, and way beyond us. The necessary feeding is eternal. In Revelations, the text states that angels sing to God day and night. God feeds off this energy and returns that same energy. God completes the cycle of love. Demonic forces complete half a cycle, which is selfishness. We as humans feed off water and food and return waste for flies. We cannot deny that we feed and are fed off in a cycle. We are part of the process. Our inner demons want to feed off life. How much energy we can't absorb affects us. How much energy others take from us affects us. Our inner demons wish to feed without giving back. Our inner demons are no different from spiritual demons. Our inner demons can understand the cycle of feeding. Our inner demons want the freedom to feed beyond our heart's desire. An inner demon is a way of saying how selfish we wish we could be. Other inner demons affect us. Our inner demons affect others. Manipulation and taking energy are our inner demons. The spiritual core wants to give and take energy to complete the cycle of love. The demonic forces exist in us and in the spirit world and complete the cycle of selfishness. The demonic forces we can see, we call humans. We cannot escape being human. We cannot escape being selfish. We are human and we cannot escape the negative and positives of life. When we want something, we open. When we open our door to let life in, micro things get in that we cannot see. The micro things can be good or bad. When we close, we don't receive or give. Our thoughts and feelings are not always what we think and feel. We sometimes get stuck with the thoughts and vibrations of others and things. Life will always affect us in some way, just like the ice test. You yell at the water, you then freeze the water. The pattern comes out chaotic. You speak to the water in a gentle manner, you freeze the water, the pattern comes out pleasant. We can try to be individuals with individual thoughts and feelings. We often pick up the frequency of our world and existence. We all are a part of the frequency soup. We live in an existence composed of infinite vibrations. We sense worldly and spiritual vibrations. Sometimes it drives us to the edge of insanity. We can feel all that has existed, does exist, and will exist. We live in linear time, but life in truth has a universal time. Time is a concept that helps us track our earthly existence. Time is a placeholder for the past, present, and future. Time is a limit here on earth. Spiritual things work on a multi-level and multi-directional time concept. Spiritual things are eternal concepts that have always existed. Time into eternity is the concept of spiritual existence. Time and frequency are endless chaos of an organized eternity. Our inner demons consist of more than our personal frequencies. We are always part of the whole. We are always a part of organized chaos. We can filter what chaos gets in and out. We can try to filter out what is not wanted. Something always gets in. Inner demons are the many voices that are many frequencies. Many frequencies can hit us all at once. We fill the world, and the world fills us. Our inner demons are a mixture of us and existence. We must be responsible for our inner demons. We must figure out what we want. We must understand what we are feeling and what we want to feel. We need to understand what the world is telling us to feel. We need to take control of ourselves. We need to control how we filter this world and the spiritual world. The inner demons we have are a desperate cry for what we need and want. We want what makes us happy. The perversion of happiness is when we turn anything that will get us high into gain. Our inner demons love the darkness. The darkness gets us high. The darkness of this world and concentrated darkness like drugs get us high. The human body responds to what is dark and fermented. The greater the darkness, the higher we get. I never wanted to get so high that I became darkness. The darkness in this world can get us so high that we lose sight of the light. We can get so high that we mistake darkness for light. We are made in the flesh to get high off darkness. Our spirits will always crave light. We do not want to abandon light for darkness. We can't abandon light because darkness gets us high. When we get high, we can fail to see darkness as darkness. The confusion created by darkness is believing darkness is true light. The more we use darkness for light to get high, the less it seems to make us happy. Darkness is a temporary light. Spiritual light is eternal. Darkness gets us high, but it is not true happiness. One can compare darkness to a glass of water. We need to introduce water to our bodies to stay hydrated. We will always need more water that never satisfies. Spirituality is light that shines in the darkness. True spiritual light will always satisfy and remove darkness. We need to filter the good and the bad sometimes. Creating a filter does not free us from our inner demons. A filter regulates our negative thoughts and wants. When we filter life and reality, we then begin to see what is good for us. We need a two-way filter for what gets in and what gets out. Great darkness can get in. Our inner demons respond to darkness. When we let too much darkness in, we create a need for more darkness. A need for darkness is a never-ending, unsatisfiable need. When we give in to our inner demons, we form a dependency on darkness for happiness. Being in this flesh, we will never escape having inner demons. Our inner demons drive our flesh. Our inner spirit drives our need for light. We will always be at odds while we are spirit and flesh. The greatest danger is when we crave darkness. The danger is using darkness for spiritual light. Darkness may get flesh high, but there is no substitute for true spiritual light. Every thought we have will feed us light or darkness. We should stop and try to separate our thoughts. Our thoughts are vibrational. Everything is vibrational in its own way. When we understand our vibrational needs, we will understand our spiritual core. We can separate our thoughts by understanding our spiritual core. Our inner demons become stronger the further away we get from our spiritual core. The stronger our demons, the more mixed our thoughts will be. Mixed thoughts create a darkness of disorder. Disorders create confusion. Confusion is a loss of direction. A loss of direction makes it harder to find our core. All our inner demons have a need and degree for darkness. We only vary by how much spiritual light we wish to give up for the instant gratification of darkness. We love what is instant, and what is instant is what triggers our inner demons. When something triggers us, we get high off instant gratification. We must work and organize our lives in spiritual light. Light takes work because we're rediscovering our core. We can choose to rediscover our core or give in to fleshy, instant happiness called darkness. We may think and believe every thought is ours. Some thoughts are ours. Some thoughts we get from the vibrations that surround us. Earthly vibrations possess a physical presence. We can pay too much attention to our fleshy emotions. Fleshy emotions connect us to the world. We need to sift through all the things connected to us. What things and people are trying to connect with us? Connections can make life easier. Connections can make life more complicated. Connections change our state of existence. Existence is simple and complex. Existence is simple when we see the whole picture. Seeing existence from the whole picture is like seeing Earth from space. Existence is complex when we see life from inside a room but never see outside the room. Our emotions can reflect all that surrounds us. We need to process our inner demons. Our inner demons want to be happy without consequence. Our inner demons only comprehend how to be selfish. Our inner demons pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, wants, and needs. Our inner demons exist to satisfy our fleshy selves. We can only make our inner demons less and our spiritual selves more. We cannot get rid of our inner demons, even in death. Inner demons have a desire for light in life and death. Whether we are dead or alive, we still must face thoughts, emotions, and a need for spiritual darkness. We can die believing we should gain light through selfishness and greed. We can still believe selfishness and greed are necessary as a spirit. If we die believing the way we gain light is from our core, we will continue to gain light from our core, the core being our connection to God. We can have our inner demons in life and death. We can have our inner demons in death. Our inner demons are how selfish we want to be. Dying does not make us less selfish. Selfishness is something you can take with you. We must improve our internal organization. Organization helps us regulate our selfishness. How we organize ourselves is personal to each person and spirit. What is order to one person is not order to another. How we organize ourselves can affect our bodies and spirits. I have given in to my version of bad and good. I tried to be worse and it gave me anxiety. I tried to be better and found myself bored stiff. We are personal and unique. What we accept and do not accept is how we control and filter our inner demons. We can find what our inner demons want and need when we discover our core. We can understand our human selfishness on a spiritual level. We can see a beast in others, but can we see the beast in ourselves? We can only see the beast in us when we compare our beast to the light being our inner core. Seeing how selfish we are or want to be is when we start maturing. We can cross the line of selfishness at the price of someone else's happiness. When our inner demons hurt others, we are then serving darkness. When we factor in all that goes into life, we can factor in what goes into us. When we know what encourages a need for greater darkness, then we understand our desires. We can believe we have control over darkness. The darker we become is how we give darkness control over us. What surrounds us can have a constant influence on what we think and feel. Inner conflict is the influence of chaos on earth. When we die, we have a choice to keep or surrender our inner conflict. When we die, we can surrender to the true spiritual light, God. We always have a choice. We can always change our choices even after we have already made one. We should choose spiritual light even when we still crave fleshy darkness. Fleshy darkness cannot satisfy the spirit. When we die, we can attempt to still be fleshy. A spirit can try to satisfy fleshy desires without a body. We can still try to serve our inner demons when we die. Our inner demons are fleshy and selfish. The spirit, after we die, does not get high off darkness. The spirit gets high off light. When we die, we can attempt to gain spiritual light for ourselves. The spirit feeds off energy without fleshy actions. Life seems complicated due to reality's individual effects on each of us. We are each capable of sustaining ourselves for good and evil. The complications arise from living in a world that affects us at every moment. The complications lead us to believe we are unaffected. We complicate life by always being self-sustaining individuals. We should accept that we are more than we are. We may share in thoughts and feelings unaware. We begin to see the truth when we embrace all our existence. Everything affects something on some level, even without awareness. Life is not about being an individual. It is about learning to be a part of the whole. The whole shares in feeding. Complete individuality makes it easier to be selfish. Self-solidarity feeds our inner demons with darkness. Inner demons only wish to feed themselves. Inner demons are a mix of selfish thoughts, emotions, and outside influences.